Good afternoon. This is Holly McFarland with the East Texas Communities Foundation, and today I'm going to help the first timers understand a little bit more about what they're getting into with East Texas Giving Day. So, hi, I'm Holly McFarland, East Texas Communities Foundation PR Director and your guide for East Texas Giving Day. We've put together this webinar based on some questions that we get every year regarding the event, how it works, and expectations. So let's go ahead and get you started so you can learn about the event. Okay, so you have to know a little bit about ETCF. We were founded in 1989 and have received about 197 million in contributions, made 126 million in grants, currently manage about 106 million between 427 charitable funds, which about 84 million of that is endowed. We are a nonprofit corporation, 501c3, serving individuals and nonprofits. We cover 32 very large counties across East Texas, and we are charitable fund administrators. We have 5 different fund types that we provide for our donors and nonprofits. So the first one is donor advised funds. Consider them like a charitable checking account. Donors don't always want to give cash. Charitable contributions can be made with complex assets. So sometimes someone may have extra real estate. They may have a vacation home, or they may have a business interest. There's lots of unique giving opportunities that donors have that after they work with their CPAs, they can discover that they can get more bang for their buck if they can contribute that to create a charitable fund versus just giving cash. So that's usually what ETCF can help a donor do. We can help them be better stewards of their resources to help the nonprofit communities out. So a nonprofit fund is going to benefit a single charity. It can be created by a donor or the nonprofit. They do not have to be endowed. We can create nonprofit funds that will be like an administrative fund for you or a capital campaign fund for you. There's lots of different ways that we can help as a nonprofit, help you be more strategic in your planning. If anyone is interested in knowing more about how a nonprofit fund could benefit your organization, we'd love to talk to you about that. Scholarship funds are pretty self-explanatory. It's people who believe in education trying to provide for the next generation. So scholarship funds are created when, at ETCF, when a donor wants to create a scholarship for students that are either going to a particular high school or perhaps geographical region, and they don't care which college that the student goes to. Sometimes our scholarships are based on a major. So we have nursing scholarships, we have chemistry scholarships, we have a variety of different opportunities for students. We currently have close to 100 scholarships valued at about $750,000, and we give those away every spring to deserving young people around East Texas. Designated funds are really the catch-all. They are whenever these first 3 fund types can't be used for a fund, then a designated fund pops in. So they benefit a single charity. They could benefit a number of charities. Sometimes they're a field of interest. So we have a fund in Henderson County that serves Athens charities, nonprofits in Athens, Texas, and that is a field of interest because it is geographically based in a specific county. We have quite a few of those now. Field of interest, we can do just about anything. If whatever the donor wants to do, we can pretty much make it happen. An unrestricted fund is like the golden goose. We do not have a huge unrestricted fund at ETCF, but what funds we do, we use for prizes for East Texas Giving Day. Okay, we help donors with lifetime giving, helping them maximize their tax savings. We help them accomplish their charitable objectives. We can help them with a field of interest. We can help them fund their passions. We help with appreciated assets. Like I said, that's really our specialty. Complex assets business interest real estates. There's a whole lot of really ingenious things that we can help with a donor that wants to do giving. And we can facilitate anonymous giving. If a donor creates a private foundation, then there's no hidden, they can't stay autonomous behind the scenes. While if they use a fund at ETCF, they can stay anonymous. And a lot of people like that anonymity. We also help with estate planning. We can help someone's estate value decrease for inheritance purposes and move assets into a charitable fund that the family can still access. There's a lot of tax benefits to using the foundation. We can inspire testamentary giving. It's a great, sometimes people want to ensure that what they want to happen with their money happens. That is what ETCF does. We like steward and make sure that their wishes are fulfilled even long after they are here on this earth. We can provide legacy planning, so we can help the next generation of givers be better at what they do. And we can provide elder care, elder safety giving care, meaning that, let's say that your family member who has been extremely charitable and wants to continue to be extremely charitable, but they get inundated with mailers and things like that, but they can't keep up with who they've given to, because a lot of charities have the same sounding names. We can just help put a buffer in there and help the elderly person keep up with what they've given, because they're doing it from one singular account and not just writing checks. It also allows for a family member to have access to that fund where they can work together and understand their legacy of what this senior giver has wanted to do with their funds. So that's, again, part of that legacy planning. It allows the families to work together and support what was meaningful to their elderly family member. Okay, so ETCF's mission is we build community. We know that philanthropy builds community and changes lives. ETCF supports philanthropy by offering simple ways for donors to achieve their charitable goals. We do this by motivating people and organizations to increase their philanthropy. That's what creating those funds and promoting the scholarships, that's what that does. We are motivating people to use and increase philanthropy. We educate the community about philanthropy. So when we go on air and talk about East Texas Giving Day, or if we talk about scholarship funds and their availability, if we host a donor seminar, we are trying to promote philanthropy and educate how to be better at it and the need for it. But our most simple and fun thing that we do that's outward facing is that we provide an online platform for anyone in the community who wants to give back. And that's this easttexasgivingday.org that you guys are interested in participating in. Okay, so what is Giving Day? It is a regional online campaign. It happens online at easttexasgivingday.org. When COVID came and shut down the world, East Texas Giving Day continued because it was virtual. It was really a lifeline for many nonprofits because it provided them the opportunity to still promote giving. It allowed donors an opportunity to give back when they couldn't really go anywhere and go volunteer or go to make donations or go to galas. So it was a very critical component for many nonprofits over the past 2 years. This year, our event is going to happen on April 25th from 6 a.m. to midnight. The event is always 18 hours, 6 a.m. to midnight, but it will happen on the last Tuesday of April. You can remember that for your future planning. It builds community between nonprofits, the donors, your board, volunteers, and media. It really does connect our entire community around the event. It builds awareness about the needs within our community. I hear it every year from donors that say they just didn't know there was that many animal nonprofits, or they just didn't know that the homeless situation in this community was that bad, or that the food insecurities were that bad. So it's a great way to share with the community what's going on in your area. And we all can capitalize on the media to promote what we're doing. So we work really hard here at ETCF, that's my job, to go out and communicate this event. And we've got great support from our local media networks all across the region that want to help promote and do a really good job of help spreading the word about what each of your organizations are doing to make this world better. The other great part is that anyone can be a philanthropist on Giving Day. $10 is the minimum gift that can be pushed through the site. That's cheaper than most combo meals at your local drive-through. So it's a great entry-level annual gift size donation, and it all happens virtually. So it's a really convenient and fun way for the community to get involved. Okay, so since we started this little program, East Texas Giving Day, it was in 2016. We started off just under $500,000 raised, and every year after that, it has continued to excel and do better. In 2022, we raised $2.9 million, which is a great goal. It was wonderful. I want to make $3 million this year. It's just really exciting whenever that we get, and that first million every time just gets me every time. I'm always so impressed with this community and how giving everyone is. So let's talk about some first-time organizations last year that participated. Pleasant Grove ISD Education Foundation, they are based in Texarkana, raised just over $13,000. They did have $5,000 in matching funds, which we'll talk a little bit more here in a little bit. We also have a matching funds webinar that you can watch on demand whenever you're ready and as many times as you need to. Matching funds are a huge component for Giving Day and really accelerate the giving. Salvation Army in Pittsburgh, Texas also did very well last year. They received just over $17,000. They too had a $7,500 match. But our number one overachiever first-time organization was the Mosaic Center in Lufkin, Texas. Without a match, brought in $27,000 and some change. They did an amazing job, and they were well connected with their donor base. So overall, of our nonprofits that were brand new to the event in 2022, they raised approximately $128,000 amongst themselves. So it is a platform that small, new nonprofits, first-timers can raise money when you apply your talents. Okay, so things you should know. ETCF offers in-person and online trainings. We are here to help. We want to help you be successful. It is important to us that you are successful. I do not want you to register for this event and then you just kind of hold back and hope that people find you. That's really not going to work. So take advantage of these trainings because you can use the skills that we teach throughout all of your other campaigns throughout the year. Nonprofits are encouraged to promote their involvement. So I do a whole lot of marketing for the event, but you have to come along and do some as well. You have to promote why giving to your organization is important and needed. Okay, this trumps everyone every year that's new. You only will collect the money your organization raises. You do not get a division of overall total raised. So last year when we raised that 2.9 million, if that Mosaic Center raised 27,000, that's what their final check was. They did not get a equal portion of the 2.9. They only get what your organization raised. So if you only raise 100, then that's what you're going to get back. It really is a great opportunity, though, for you to take advantage of and get your donors to give. Okay, so what to expect? It's an exciting, unifying community event with an opportunity to engage your base and attract new donors. And it's a way to convert existing donors to use online donation portals, which come at a much cheaper user cost for you. It is not a quick fundraising fix or a magic bullet. If you are struggling and you're barely making ends meet, East Texas Giving Day may not be the best fit for you. There's other avenues that could help you with resources. It is something that requires attention. You cannot just sign up and walk away. You have to work at it, and you have to invest time and resources into making a campaign that works. And sadly, I cannot guarantee success. I cannot guarantee that this is the kind of fundraising event that will benefit your organization. I have lots of stats that show that it more than likely will be beneficial to your organization, but I cannot guarantee success. Okay. If you participate in East Texas Giving Day, it's a great opportunity for you to engage volunteers, donors, staff, and board. It combines the power of storytelling and technology promoting your mission. It celebrates donors and area nonprofits as your entire region comes together to give, and it is a low-cost way to attract new donors. New donor acquisition can be costly. Stamps, envelopes, curating the content for what you want to put out there. All those things can cost money. East Texas Giving Day has a low entry point, and you're capitalizing on the community's marketing of the event. So for you, it's mostly time that you're going to be investing in the event. It also creates a sense of urgency because the event is timed. It ends at midnight on April 25th. So if you can get the right kind of messaging out to your public, then they will know that they have to give before midnight. They have to make their decision. So that can urge people to go ahead and proceed with that contribution. Okay. So, do you qualify to participate in East Texas Giving Day? Well, more than likely. If you're a 501c3 in good standing, if you primarily serve or are located in one of these 32 counties, and you have to pay a registration fee. The registration fee is what I use to buy up marketing across this 32 county region. We do lots of television, we do lots of radio, billboards last year. We do send out lots of press releases specific to regions. I don't send out a blanket one any longer. We try to target the nonprofits in a given community because newspapers that are out there want to know what's going on in their service area, not the full 32 counties. The fee can be paid by credit card at the time that you register, and that fee is $100, and that goes through March 31st. So today you're watching this webinar and you're thinking, do I want to do this? Do I have to get board approval? All those things. Well, that's fine. Consider it. Think about it, but you have until March 31st to get on the boat. That registration fee is $100. It will not increase this year. We've decided that we want to scale back and give the opportunity. We used to charge a late fee, but we don't any longer. We want everyone to have an opportunity for this event because we feel like it is a very valuable resource for your development team. Okay, so you newbies, what do you do to get signed up? You go to easttexasgivingday.org and click the registration button. And then when you get to that screen, say, no, this is our first East Texas Giving Day. You'll then be prompted to a screen that looks like this. You will be emailed an approval that will allow you to go through and create a password. That email has a link, let's see, and it is coming from an automated system, so be sure to check your spam folder. If you know that you applied and you don't get a very timely response back, usually, within one business day, call, email me. Don't just sit back and think, oh, well, I guess I didn't get approved. You more than likely did. It may have just gotten caught up in your spam filter, and we want to ensure that you get to finish your application. Okay, but wait, there's more. You are not done. Just because you applied and you get approved, you still have to complete your profile. In order to participate, your profile and pay your registration have to be completed. Okay, how do you pay that registration? Well, once you get logged in using the email that was sent to you, you can click at the top, My Public Profile. It will launch a payment window That is where you'll pay with a credit card. You can also pay with an e-check online. You'll just put your credit card information in, and then you need to edit your profile. That's where you're going to log in and put in your logo and your physical and mailing address, things like that. So make sure you click Edit Profile under the My Public Profile tab in order to complete your information. Once you are done and you are ready, hit the blue Submit Profile button. That tells me you're ready to go live on the web. And even if you submit it and I push you out live, you can go back in through April 21st and modify any content within your profile. Okay, so here you are. You're at your dashboard for East Texas Giving Day. Announcements are on the left side of the screen. There's also a video that tells you how to fill out your profile and beef it up, make it really attractive to the public. On the right-hand side are milestones and deadlines highlighted by widgets. Okay, so whenever you're editing your profile and you get down to where it asks for social media links, this is another issue that new nonprofits typically have, and that is putting in your social media links. So I thought I'd give you a quick little tutorial on how to cut and paste. So you need to cut and paste the URL in from your media account, your social media account, into your profile. So like this is an instance of Facebook. Go to Facebook, go to your nonprofit's landing page, and copy out of the top your complete URL out of the search window. Then paste that into the field provided on your profile, and everything will be golden. You can do the same thing for your website on your profile when you're filling out your profile. If you do not have a designated website for your nonprofit, you can paste in your Facebook page or whatever social media you're using to communicate to the public your work in the community. Okay, so let's say that you log in and you get set up on the platform, but then you come back a week later and dadburn, you just can't remember the passwords that you'd created. You can always recreate a password. So using the email that you registered with, then click password reset whenever that you get to the login button on easttexasgivingday.org. That will send you an automated email that will allow you to reset your password. There is also in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen a help button. And if you click that at any time, then the kind people in the, that run in the back of your computer will help you create a password to get you going again. Okay. After you log in and pay, all nonprofits must update their profile before submitting. That includes your CEO, email, and match. So watch that video. It will help you complete your profile. You really need to sit down and do this in one sitting because unfortunately you cannot save it and come back. If you ever click the edit button, then you have to go through and make sure all the required fields are completed. However, you can trick the system by just putting in some content like 000 if it is a required field, and then you can come back to that later and update it. Once finished, again, click that submit for approval, and that's how your profile goes live on East Texas Giving Day, and you have until April 21st. Oh, that says April 21st, 2022. But you have until April 21st, 2023 to go in and update that content and change things, modify things as you need to. So on the front end, what the public sees is your landing page. At the top, you have 4 tabs: Overview, Programs, Events, and Volunteers. Volunteer Opportunities is our newest feature, and if your nonprofit is seeking volunteers, it can be a great way to get an investment other than financial from the donor. You can upload photos on your profile, and if you do video, it has to be a YouTube link. So you would have to have an account in YouTube already, upload your video there, cut and paste the URL into your profile for East Texas Giving Day. If you get confused or overwhelmed, I will try to create a video maybe later on that will walk you through how to do all that. Okay, again, there's a little blue help button in the bottom right hand of the screen that will go on easttexasgivingday.org until about 2 weeks post-event for East Texas Giving Day. Anytime you have a question, you can click that little blue button and you can type in your question. Until actual giving day, it is not a live chat, but they are really quick to respond. So on giving day, it will be live chat, and we are here to help you and guide you on that day so that you can have success. Okay, so now you know how your side of the fence works. Let's talk about donors. You need to do in all of your marketing, direct donors to give at easttexasgivingday.org. That is the hub of this event, this one singular website, easttexasgivingday.org. The smallest donation a person can give is $10, but there is no max. And donors can search by name, city zip. There's county, there's category, matching funds, critical needs. There's lots of ways to filter on the front end if the consumer wants to. Gift acknowledgement or tax receipts are sent automatically to the donor within minutes of their contribution. So it takes that accounting side of it away, and you as the nonprofit do not have to send a tax letter. Okay, so leaderboards will provide real-time tracking of gifts once the site opens for giving, and that happens April 3rd. Charities can view and acknowledge donors during the event. On the actual event, you can log into your profile and you will see everyone that has given to you, the amount that they've given, and email addresses, all that kind of stuff. Organizations will receive their net donations, any prize money that they would have received. You will all receive that by ACH within 6 to 8 weeks post-event. We usually get it out quicker than that, but that's our rule that we stand by, is that we will have it out no later than 6 to 8 weeks. There are fees. This is an online event that uses credit cards. This year's fee has gone up because everything has gone up this year. This year it will be 5.46%. 2.46% of that is the credit card, and 3% is the technology behind East Texas Giving Day. However, keep in mind, 71% of donors covered the fees in 2022. So the majority of donors, almost 3/4 of the donors, covered the fees on behalf of the nonprofits. We like to be very upfront about the fee, not hide anything. We do not fundraise to cover the fee. The fee is taken out of contributions before your distribution checks are mailed. The credit card company and the vendor take theirs off the top. Okay, so like I was talking about earlier, when a contributor makes a donation to your organization, you have access to this donor report. It has the names, phone, address, emails, volunteer interest. It has a lot of data in it. You can export it as an Excel file, and the tax letter reminder is sent automatically. All you are required to do is send thank yous to these donors. If it is blank on the name of the first and last name of the donor, that means they have opted to remain anonymous. So that volunteer information. Giving Day is not just about money. Your organization can create a meaningful, lasting relationship with a donor if they indicate they want to be a volunteer. On the front end, when they check out, there is a question that says, are you interested in volunteering? It's a yes or no. If they select yes, watch the donor stewardship training webinar as well. That video provides a lot of detail about how you should try to get that volunteer invested in your mission. If you want that volunteer button to populate on the front end, you have to click it on the back end. That is an opt-in for each organization, because not every organization has volunteer opportunities. So at the very bottom of your profile, when you're completing it, there's a small button that says offer donors volunteer interest. If you do want to do that, you must click that button. Last year, over 5,000 hours were volunteered from the public. We did a donor survey post event last year, And Miss Linda said, having just recently retired, I was looking for ways to get involved in the community. Giving Day gave me an opportunity to explore nonprofits and see where I could get involved. So it's a great way for donors to research organizations in their community, and it's really cool being the conduit to connect you guys as the nonprofits with the community. Another way that you can get the public involved in your organization is through nonprofit celebration pages. These are peer-to-peer fundraising. It's a way to get your biggest fans involved in promoting your cause. Donors can create pages in minutes. All celebration pages are automatically approved. You can go in and remove someone if you do not like what they are saying about your organization or how they are conducting their fundraising. The nonprofit will receive an email when gifts through celebration pages are received. Okay, so let's go ahead. One of the exciting things about Giving Day is that we know that instant gratification, people, whenever we start promoting on TV or through press releases, in-person events, whatever it may be, people want to start giving. So we just go ahead and turn the site on. We do that starting at the 1st of April. So this year it's April 3rd. Donations begin processing immediately, and you'll get notification if a contribution has been made. And it is an excellent time for you to go ahead and thank that donor. 31% of donors said that they gave in the early giving window. So a third of the contributions received on Giving Day came between April 3rd and April 25th last year, because the Giving Day last year was on the 26th. Okay, so hopefully you have learned enough about Giving Day that you want to participate. So it's a great way for you to capitalize on a moment in time. It's a great way to reach your board and donors. You can use social media. You've always wanted to have your board's friends, right? So why not ask your board member to share your participation in Giving Day, because that's going to go out to their circle of influence and hopefully expand knowledge base within your community. It levels the playing field. Both large and small nonprofits are promoted equally within the through the East Texas Giving Day portal. We encourage you to promote, of course, yourself. And it gives you an opportunity to build that data list. So you get their names, you get their cell phone numbers, you get everything about that donor. That sometimes that content's really hard to get. So having that export from the donors is really a great way for you to build your CRM. Okay, so let's talk about some pros of participating. Training. We give you a lot of training. These training classes that we offer for East Texas Giving Day have the ability to teach you things that you can use in other fundraisers that you do throughout the year. It helps you gain larger exposure because the community is aware of the event and they are researching nonprofits, and of course the media coverage. It just gives you greater exposure. We provide a lot of support. So it can increase community support for your mission, and it allows you to engage your already giving donors, volunteers, or board, and it helps celebrate your work. More pros. Visibility. Once you are in on the site stays up for the remainder of the year. Towards the end of the year, that last quarter, we get so many phone calls, so many donors, media outlets calling us, wanting to know who does what. Well, this site is always searchable. While they cannot make contributions through the site any longer, they can click those URL links that are on your profile and that will take them directly to your website where they can make contributions or figure out how to do outreach to you. We have a lot of donors at the end of the year that use East Texas Giving Day as a platform to research and find nonprofits that they want to support. Okay, so the cons of participating in Giving Day is there's cost. There is cost related to social media. If you host an event, if you do any kind of print, if you do a newsletter, or if you do a postcard telling everyone that you are participating, plus that $100 investment to participate. So like I said, you've got to think about employee cost, all the things that it takes to make this a successful campaign. There are um, time that is spent on this campaign is very valuable, but time is our most valuable asset. So staff is going to have to do something to promote the event and build awareness campaigns for your organization. But of course, if they're working on this campaign, they're not working on something else. So um, just know that that can be considered a con for participation. And there's a slight funding delay, so you will not receive those donations instantly. It usually takes us 4 to 5 weeks to get that back out to you. We guarantee that we will have it back to you within 6 to 8. And again, there are no guarantees that donors will find your organization on the site. There are no guarantees that they will give money to you on the day of. You have to really get out and promote your cause. Okay, so now it is up to you. You must decide if it is a fit for your nonprofit. You need to get your board and leadership to commit and register before March 31st at easttexasgivingday.org. You should create your strategy, the who, what, how of what you're going to do to promote your organization. If you choose to host an event related to Giving Day, we would love to know about that. I like to send those out to the news media as well. And then just promote, promote, promote. We give away East Texas Giving Day yard signs. You can get those from us. If you're going to mail things, do social media, you just need to get out there and talk about the event. And of course, like ETCF and East Texas Giving Day on Facebook, we do lots of promotions that you can just click and share, and you don't have to reinvent the wheel. There is a handbook with trainings, tips, checklist, email and donor templates. A lot of you are one-man shops, so we've tried to simplify this event down and provide a lot of generic content for you that you can modify and make it work more for your nonprofit. Okay, so we will hand out these yard signs. They look like this. At in-person events, if you want a sign, make plans to attend. If you cannot attend, then call our offices, and we have some in our office, and you're welcome to drive by and pick them up. We are located in downtown Tyler. These make great marketing pieces. Take photos with your boards, take photos with city officials. It's just a great awareness piece. These are our upcoming webinars. The First Timers Guide is going to be available to watch on demand on the easttexasgivingday.org Nonprofit Resources tab. We have some in-person trainings, which include learning Canva, which is an online design tool that is free for nonprofits. We are having a local media station help us with growing media and corporate partnerships. That's both live and virtual. And then we have a prize reveal that will only be virtual, but that's at the end of March. You can pick up those yard signs at any of our in-person trainings. Those are coming up during the month of February. And you can register for these as well at easttexasgivingday.org. And attending those trainings really does help make you more efficient. And those that attended at least one training did 40% better than those that didn't. Here are some key dates that I encourage you to mark on your calendar. Registration is open through the 31st. Profiles are locked after April 21st. Giving opens on April 3rd, and our big day is April 25th. If you have questions, email me, hmcfarland@etcf.org, or call our office at 903-533-0208. I look forward to working with you. I know you're going to be successful, and if we can help you in any way, we'd love to. Thanks, and have a great day.